Have you ever tried a porcupine meatball? I know it sounds kind of weird. What is a porcupine meatball? Well, it definitely doesn't have any porcupine in it, but these are slow-cooked beef meatballs with cauliflower rice from Trader Joe's. And I love using riced cauliflower from Trader Joe's or anywhere else. I usually buy it frozen for recipes like this one. And these slow cooker beef meatballs are actually keto and low carb because you're replacing the breadcrumbs with cauliflower rice. So I'm going to take you in the kitchen and show you how to make them. Here's what goes in them. I used a pound of ground beef, of ground pork, 2 cups cauliflower rice that's frozen. I whisked together 2 eggs. It has 1 cup of kale that's chopped, a cup onion diced, some garlic, Italian seasoning, pepper, salt, and then it's time to put together the meatballs. So you put all of the ingredients together in a large bowl. Here I'm using half pork and half ground beef with cauliflower rice, but you could use all beef as well, or you could use ground turkey, ground chicken. This is really versatile. So all those beautifully colored vegetables go into the bowl, and then you mix it all together, and you'll see that we keep a lot of spare gloves on hand, so just for random things that we do around the house that are messy. So I actually use them in making these meatballs as well, so then I don't have to go crazy cleaning my hands after. So anyways, it's time to grind up the meatball mixture together. You just want to have it loosely incorporated. You don't want to have it too smushed together, and then it's time to shape the meatballs. And I find that these beef meatballs with cauliflower rice, these keto meatballs, are just as easy to form as if I was using some breadcrumbs to make them. So all you do is use a 1/4 cup measuring cup to get the same size meatballs I get. And usually at this point, I'll do a little bit of meal prep. So if you slow cook only half of this batch at this point, you'll still get 12 really large meatballs, which is good for about 3 or 4 people. So then I only use half of the ingredients of pasta sauce and water in the following steps. So you heat a large skillet on the stove to medium-high heat, and you just need to sear the outside of the meatballs. So this is actually pretty quick, like 5 or 10 minutes. And once it is hot, you add the meatballs and you turn them with a pair of tongs as they brown around the outside. And once all of the sides are browned, once the keto meatballs are cooked, you can turn off the heat and then set up a large crock pot with a mixture of pasta sauce and water. So any sort of tomato-based pasta sauce will do. And then you add seared cauliflower rice meatballs to the slow cooker for the desired time. And I usually put these in during a work from home lunch, and then I set the crock pot to 6 or 8 hours depending on when we're eating. And then you just stir occasionally, hourly if you can, if you're working from home. That's ideal to get these turning and to make sure that there's still liquid in the crock pot. You want to have at least an inch of liquid at the bottom during the entire cook. And once these keto meatballs are done slow cooking, you serve your porcupine meatballs with a sprinkle of Asiago cheese. Oh no, I always say that wrong. It's Asiago cheese and fresh chopped parsley. Don't these look so good? You could also use fresh parmesan cheese, of course, and I don't know, you could adapt this recipe to make these keto beef meatballs any way you'd like, including in the crock pot, baked in the oven, or in the air fryer. Sous vide meatballs are really delicious too. Do you want a delicious recipe for using frozen riced cauliflower? Today I'm going to teach you how to make a tasty vegetable stir fry with cauliflower rice from Trader Joe's. I'm going to show you how to use it in a different way and use just vegetable broth to make this delicious lunch dish. So here is the gist of making this recipe. First, you're going to pan fry the main vegetables for the stir fry in some olive oil, right in a wok or a large frying pan. And then you add Trader Joe's rice cauliflower stir fry and some frozen corn. And then you add vegetable broth to the cauliflower rice stir fry. It adds so much flavor. And then you just add the fresh chopped kale to the cauliflower rice stir fry and mix it all together. When it simmers and is done and all the liquid is out, then it's time to enjoy. Grab the free recipe for this at sipbitego.com or subscribe to the Sipbitego channel on YouTube so you never miss one of my delicious meals. I have so many great recipes heading your way. Hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers! Well, now you know exactly what to do with cauliflower rice. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful and delicious day. Cheers!